What's up, Bucky Elastic here for my WRX channel.
Good morning, sunshine.
Day two.
Ready day two? Alright, let's go. Alright, what are we doing, Jeff?
Just sanded down the side markers a little bit because I actually touched it yesterday before we left on accident. So I sanded down a little bit, got smooth again. I'll do one more touch-up coat on it, and then we'll let that dry. And as that's drying, we'll go work on the headlights some more. Yeah, because this is gonna have to go through here. And I don't really feel like cutting wires and soldering them back on. We have the C-Light and the little tiny hole right here for on the limiteds and STIs. The plug for the Diode Dynamics C-Lights will not fit through here. So your option is either unsolder off of here or cut the wires and resolder them together, or you can just enlarge that hole a little bit. I'm just going to enlarge the hole a little bit since we have a Dremel here. Got to be able to fit that connector through that hole.
Won't fit. Oh, okay.
So I'm just going to use this little grinding bit here. This plastic comes off real quick. I don't think it's going to be big enough, but we'll just go a little bit at a time until it fits.
Is that another that's what she said thingy?
Yeah. Not quite. Maybe a little bit on one side or the other.
$1,000 headlights destroyed. Oh well.
This is the one thing that's never going back to stock, so I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah.
And if I decide to trade in or something, I'm not even going to bother taking all this stuff out.
Yeah.
It's just something I'm just going to leave there. So now that we have plastic shavings all over this, you need to make sure you get all that cleaned out really well, all the fingerprints off and all that stuff before you reassemble it, obviously. But now that that one fits, I'm just going to take this, I'm going to set it aside. I'm going to do the other one, and we're all done. I'll try and find a air chuck for their compressor and blow it all out. And C-Light piece. Fed through there. And just get it laid right down into there. Diffuser piece here. Just make sure there's nothing on the inside of it. Wipe it out really good. Because the angle on this lower piece should be angled down a little bit more. Or this should be a tighter angle here. But that'll work. Just get those started. And then seat all those in. There we go, it's all clipped in. Just like that, wires ran through the back. And we will set this one aside.
So the actual physical C-Light part's done.
Yep.
Now the wiring, right?
And as far as wiring, we got some instructions here. So we have the drivers here. So one end of the driver is going to plug into your C-Light. The other end of the driver will plug into a harness like this. So it's kind of, let's see, which way does this go? Plug it in just like that. You got 4 wires here. And according to the instructions, the white says to tap into the red wire coming out of the OEM C-Light or side marker. Black wire tap into the black wire coming out of the OEM C-Light or side marker. So the white and black. I'll probably just remove the actual board in my headlights that has a single LED on it for my C-Lights. I'll have to take that out because the wires come out where the LED sits. And I'll probably just cut these connectors off, and I'll probably solder them directly onto the 2 leads that go to that board. And then the red one, it says it's not used in this installation, but I do believe it goes to this plug and play harness. It's the DRL harness from Diode Dynamics. And this just goes in line with your high beam bulb. You got a couple resistors there, and this will just plug straight in. But I will probably just solder it, so I don't have to worry about these stupid plugs. And then the yellow one will just go down to the turn signal. And instead of using the little T-taps, I'm just going to cut this off and solder it in to the little jumper harness on my turn signals.
Like you did on mine.
Yep, just like we did on yours.
Yep. Yeah, T-taps, man. Can't do it, man.
Just these things? These things are the devil.
Don't use those.
Don't use it.
Learn how to solder.
Yep.
Which I need to do still.
So that's the assembly right there. I am definitely going to be mounting this and this plug completely outside of the headlight, just in case the driver goes bad, or if I have any problems with this wiring, or especially this connection here. I'm even halfway considering cutting both these connectors out of here and soldering these all the way together. Or I could just cut this connector off and wire these connections straight to where I need them to go if they're long enough. But we'll see when we get that back in the car.
Just for a more solid connection.
Yep.
Yeah, you never know.
But all of this I'm not even going to worry about until we get it back in the car. And there's also these instructions that came with the plug and play harness. Yeah, let's say plug the red wire from the DL harness into the red wire from the C-Light driver. This just makes it so your DRLs do not function anymore. Instead, your C-Lights will function as your DRL. And your C-Light will actually get brighter when your headlights are off and your DRL would normally be on. That will make your C-Lights brighter. So it'll have a dim and a bright function.
That's awesome.
So that's what this plug and play harness will do. Well, first things first, I'm gonna go like this. And this is the board that the LEDs mount to. Just like that. That doesn't want to come unplugged. For the C-Light LED board. That's just gonna go in here off the driver here. I'll probably have those out here. Let's see here, which ones are which. So the white and the black. I'm just gonna go ahead right now and cut all of these off. So it says right on the instructions, it's which ones are going here. It's the white and the black go to the red and the black off the C-Light, which we are here, red and black. So I'm just gonna go like this, pull this down here. Okay, so these are the two wires that come in through the base down here. Go into the C-Light. Which are the very bottom two of this connector. It comes around here, which goes up to here. So I don't know if I want to solder them on the outside. But either way, I'm going to have to run the wire for the C-Lights out. So I think I'm going to punch out that hole. It's going to be this connector right here. So it has to fit out of this housing somewhere. And that looks like the only easy place to get out.
More dremeling?
Yep. More dremeling.
Not the instructions.
No, it's not. I mean, the only other place to get that light out of here, because normally on the base there's this right here, isn't there?
Yeah, we got a hole in the back right there.
Is it this one? Or down in there? Yeah. So I'll probably just dremel that out and make that the hole big enough to get out of there. Or you know what I could always use, since I'm not using my side markers, I could always disconnect this.
Oh yeah, there you go. Not gonna use that.
And just use that hole right there.
Yeah.
That's true, very true, I could just do that. But then I gotta worry about this fucking plug sitting here.
Cut it off.
I could, but I still got power to it. Yeah, fuck it, I'll leave that in there. Just in case I ever want to go back to actually using a side marker.
Yep. Dremel?
Dremel. I just cut off the plug off the end there that was going to the LED board for the C-Lights. No, this is going back to stock anyway, so I don't really care. The only reason I use side markers, I might eventually use that.
Yeah, it's permanent now.
Yep. It says in the instructions, white wire to go to the red wire coming from the C-lights, and the black one to go to the black. So this is off of the C-light harness. So then off the back of this, the yellow one will go down to your turn signals, and the red one will go over to your plug and play harness. So it'll be pretty quick and easy. And then also, it's gonna be kind of weird because this is gonna also come back. The 3-wire plug is gonna come back through the back to plug in. Actually, I'll have it on the outside to plug into the C-lights. So it kind of makes a loop back around. But that'll plug into where the C-light comes through that hole. So this is the 2 wires, I think it's just power and ground, that I soldered onto the existing C-light wires that were going to the board. I just got those, soldered them on. Then we have 2 wires left on this harness. The yellow one's going to go to the turn signal for the switchback, and this one is going to go to the plug and play harness from Diode Dynamics, which is going to be this red wire. I'm just going to solder these 2 together. Then all this I will zip tie up, get it in a nice neat bundle, along with all of this. I'll just kind of bundle it all up nice and neat and zip tie it up to this harness here on the bottom, and call it a day. But right now I will solder these 2 red wires.
Good to go.
That'll sit right there. We are just getting ready to start reassembling the headlight here.
Black outside marker.
Blacked outside marker. Clipped in. Yep. Okay, now making sure all the fingerprints are off of this black because it's going to be noticeable. There we go. This wasn't snapped in all the way.
No, okay.
That would have sucked. Okay, so I got that painted in. It is all clean of fingerprints. And I already wiped out the inside of this lens. I'll wipe this lens out. Just make sure there's no fingerprints or nothing on the inside. Alright, so now we'll take this. Set it carefully over the housing. Just like that. Now, there's the 3 screws that go in there. They're retro rubber.
Rubber, that's right. So just lengthen or get a piece, fit around there.
In one piece.
Yep, one piece. Fit perfectly inside that channel.
Alright. God, this stuff sucks.
Just a little bit.
Just roll it a little bit like that. Deep does have to go in there? Is that good? Even with the top edge?
Yeah, dude, it'll trust me, man.
I'll just go everywhere.
Yeah. And we'll just hit it up with a heat gun to soften it up, and then put the clear lens on.
Squish it together where it meets up so it kind of forms one. So I don't get any leaks right there. Where I put the lens on. Pull the C-light thing really quick.
Probably burn your hand before.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna start with getting the end of it nice and hot. You can see it starting to like almost melt right there at the tip. Put this in around here. Push it in. It's nice.
Gooey, huh?
Oh, it's nice and hot and nice and gooey. It's burning my fingers. And now I'm gonna pull the wires up this way and try and move some around the bottom. This stuff actually gets very, very, very soft once it starts to get hot. And I'll just push this right into there and mash the rest of that in. Ow, that's hot. And just kind of get it. It's quite messy, but it will do a good job sealing this hole. Just work it all the way around. Try and smash it between the wires and everything.
Are you a professional?
No. Far from it.
What? No. We're not professionals. All right, cool.
Just like that. Let it cool off a minute before we set the heat shrink up, otherwise it'll just try and shrink down right away.
Oh, that's
I probably should use a slightly bigger piece of heat shrink, but whatever. Just like that. And now I have a heat gun over here, so I'm just going to touch over the solder iron and shrink it down. There we go. And done. Now we can just plug this back into here. Have this go in here. Like that. Like that. And then we'll just get these rest of these wires tucked up in there behind the headlight and zip tied up. And these will just plug right back into the bumper. We're good.
And we're done, huh?
And we're done. Yep.
All right.